first of all, we can have a look at our number line, and we need to have a look at anything that is labelled on our number line. So on this number line, the only thing that's labelled is where it begins and where it ends. So we know it goes from 0 to 100, and that is a difference of 100 between the beginning of our number line and the end of our number line. It's important to check the two numbers, because you don't always have a 0 at the beginning of your number line. Sometimes you might begin at 50, sometimes you might begin at 100 and go on to 200 or something. So you need to find that difference first of all. Then you need to have a look at how many times or how many spaces there are in your number line. So you need to count those spaces. So let's count the spaces. So we have got 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, 4 spaces, 5 spaces, 6 spaces, 7, 8, 9, and 10 spaces. So we have got 10 spaces. The 100 that we have has to be shared equally between the 10 spaces. And if you share 100 between 10, you will find that each of those spaces is worth 10. So that means that every time we jump, we are going to jump 10. Let's have a look at how that works. So when we are jumping, we will go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So we've managed to work out what all those positions are. So hopefully now, when it comes to working out the number line and working out numbers on that number line, we should be able to work it out. So let's have a look at the number line. Let's take all those numbers off. So we've just got the 0 to 100. We've still got those 10 spaces. So we're still saying that each of these is worth a 10. So let's see what we can do with our number line. What number do we have there? What number do we have there? And that number should be pointed right at that line. Not quite managed to get it. It should be pointing right at that line. So we can work it out by counting into our 10, 20, 30, 40. So it's pointing to 40. What about this number here? Why is it not doing my line? What about this number here? Try and get it right this time. There we go. And what is it pointing to? So we can, again, we would count through 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. When we're doing this, a really important one to always try and work out is what is that middle point? So there's the middle point there. What is that pointing to? It is pointing to 50. And we can count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And knowing that fact that 50 is halfway between 0 and 100 is really, really important. And you should try to remember it. So let's have a look at some more. Let's suppose we now start thinking about arrows that are pointing to numbers like this. To be able to do this, you need to work out what this you need to work out what that line is, and also what that line is. Excuse me, that one. I'm going to just put that one on there. Yeah, so we'll try and work out what those two lines are before we can try to work out this. So we know that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 is that one. Let me just label it for you. So we know that one's 50, and the next one will be 60. So let's label that one for you as well. So we've got 50 and 60 that we can put onto there. Now our arrow that we're trying to work out is halfway between those two numbers. It's halfway between 50 and 60. So what could that be? Halfway between 50 and 60 is 55. So I would say that that number was 55. If we wanted to do some more, let's suppose we move this, let's suppose we take that one away. Now let's suppose we wanted to find another number. What about if we wanted to find this one? Just there. What could that be? We'd have to do the same thing again. We'd have to first of all work out what the lines are that are between, that our arrow comes between. So we need to work out what this number is, and we need to work out what this number is. Now, those numbers are, the first one is 80. If you count it out, you will see that it's 80. And the second one is 90. So our number comes somewhere between 80 and 90, and it is closer to 80. So hopefully you would be able to work out what that number is. Right in the middle there where I've got my cursor, that is where we've got 85. So it's before 85 and it's really close. So I'm looking at this and saying it's either going to be 81, 82, somewhere about there. Okay, as long as you're close, that would be an acceptable answer. You don't always have to be absolutely spot on and exact, but as long as you are close, that would be an acceptable answer. Okay, good luck with the task that you have to do. I hope this has helped.